What's up everybody? I'm back today with a review on a brand new product from Phenyx Pro. Now if you've been on YouTube for a little bit or shopped around on Amazon for wireless mics, I'm sure you've already heard about Phenyx Pro. It's a brand that's really gotten a name for itself now because of its high quality mics at a really affordable price. The Phenyx PTU 71 and also the Phenyx PTU 2U, which I also did a review on, are examples of some really great mics and wireless technology that Phenyx Pro uses. I was just shopping on Amazon and this product was recommended to me and I was super interested because this is actually Phenyx Pro's PTU X and it's a wireless XLR system, kind of like the xvvive, which we hear about a lot on YouTube as well. Basically what this thing does is it can eliminate the need for an XLR cord. You can use it to connect a speaker wirelessly to your mixer, or you can also use it to take a wired mic and turn it into a wireless mic just with these adapters. Now a few reasons I was really excited about this product was one, because it's from a brand like Phenyx Pro and they've really made a good reputation for themselves and I was hoping they would keep that going. Number two, these are priced really great and really competitively at $100. When I bought them, there was also a $20 coupon on top of that, so that's only 80 bucks compared to like the $200 price tag on the xvvive. And number three, these actually operate in the 500 megahertz frequency range, which is also what most of our wireless mics that we use are on that range as well, as opposed to the 2.4 gigahertz range, which is a lot more crowded because Wi-Fi uses that network as well. Now I'm going to go into things in a little bit more detail, but to cut to the chase for those of you who are interested, connectivity-wise, these work well, but unfortunately, they do have some design issues that really hinder their performance, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to send these back. I'm gonna start with the unboxing and review, and then get into some of those issues as to why these did not work out for me. Now it's time for the unboxing. Here we got the PTU X Phenyx Pro. Let's get this plastic off. All right, here's the box it comes with. Got some specs on the back. All right, got some packaging. So first off, it looks like it comes with a little carrying case. Feels like a little velvet. Next, we got the instruction manual. And then we got each of the units right here wrapped in plastic. So here's the transmitter. See, it says TX. Yeah, these guys got has a nice weight to them. You can get the receiver out too. You got USB-C charging ports. Just right off the bat, it looks like this on the transmitter is actually a locking mechanism. That's nice. And then these look like, why does it look, it looks like it should bend, but I guess not. And the last thing we got in here is a charging cable. Interesting, looks like it's a USB to a dual USB-C, so you could charge both of them at the same time. So now that we've finished the unboxing, here's a look at the PTU X at a gig that I had recently. You can see I have it connected to my mixer that's in my Lavish booth, and then I have it playing outside. I don't know if you can see it there through the window. I have the receiver hooked up to this LD Maui 5 that I put in the backyard because the client wanted to have some music out in the backyard as well. This was pretty interesting because this was through a wall and the connection was pretty solid throughout the night. I will say though, at the beginning of the night, we had the speaker set up on the opposite end of the backyard, and there I was definitely getting some interference. But when I moved the position of the speaker right behind me outside, as it is now here, I didn't have any issues with connectivity after that. I had to change the channels a few times to get a good connection, which was pretty annoying to go back and forth to do. And this was the gig where I uncovered the biggest design flaw on these units, which I'm about to go into detail next. The first and the biggest design flaw are these two tabs here. And you can see here, this is the receiver. I have my LD Maui 5, this is just the sub, just to demonstrate. Now if you pay close attention to these two tabs that they have sticking out here, and the way that the XLR is sort of oriented, when you try to insert it into, any part of the speaker, that metal clip there that's supposed to lock in the XLR cable, this tab unfortunately pushes against that, and so it doesn't allow it to snap in as it normally would when you're inserting a cable or any other kind of unit into this slot. You can see here when I push it down, it also pushes down that little silver tab. Now these tabs are on every speaker, so even back here there's some other inputs. You can see it's the same problem. When you push it in, that tab gets pushed in as well, and that prevents this Phenyx Pro unit from locking in. Now at first when I was testing this at home, I thought, oh, that's not a big deal, it should stay put regardless. But unfortunately that was not the case. I had a gig where I went and I plugged this in, and I was using this LD5 as a fill speaker. And when I would go and check on it, there'd be no sound coming out, because once the sound started and the bass started, the bass would actually cause this receiver to become unplugged because it couldn't lock in. And this probably happened 4 or 5 times during the night, to the point that I had to go and actually tape this onto the sub so that it would stay in. I also tried to see if I could rotate it or get this thing in a different orientation so that this tab wasn't sticking out there. But unfortunately, there's no way to twist it or anything. When I'm using a piece of equipment, I don't want to have to worry about whether it's getting unplugged and having to go check on something 5 times during the night, regardless of what the price is. So unfortunately, that was a real big oversight, I think, by the Phenyx Pro team. And Phenyx Pro, if you're listening, all you have to do is either remove these tabs or just put them on the other side so that they don't get in the way when you're trying to insert it into a speaker like this. Now, these units do have another function, which is turning a wired mic into a wireless mic. And for that, the locking mechanism actually works great. On this one, you got to use the transmitter unit, but you can see that when you insert it into a wired mic, it has this twist mechanism that you can twist on, and it'll actually tighten around the mic so that it stays locked and firmly in place. So you don't have to worry about it coming off on a mic. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the speaker, and in my use case, I was probably going to be using it with a speaker more often than not. Now, the second design flaw actually has to do with how you sync these units up with each other. If you can see here, they actually have these IR windows. Now, these IR windows are used in the same way that you would sync up your wireless mic with your receiver on any other, mic and receiver sort of classic setup. But the thing on these is you can't even see them, but the IR windows are so small. They're like a tiny little LED light size. And you have to really, really get these units right on top of each other, aligned exactly for them to sync up. I'll try to demonstrate it here next. So right now you can see that both of them are on channel B, and that RF light is on red, which means that the RF signal is going through to both of them. Now let's say that this channel isn't working well and I want to change the channel. So on the receiver, I click to a new channel, the one that I want to use. Let's say I want to switch to F, and then I press sync. So now that the RF light is blinking, I have to try to sync it up by putting these IR windows right on top of each other in that time that the RF light is blinking. First thing is that most of the other units, even the xvvive or the Kadja that I had reviewed before, it doesn't have this syncing process. It actually syncs up automatically with the other receiver. So the fact that you have to do this is already a negative. And on top of that, it's actually very hard to line up these two IR windows on both of the units, as I'm going to demonstrate here next. So as soon as you press sync, you have a few seconds, and then I have to try to line it up here. And you can't see when you're lining it up. So yeah, see, I didn't get it that time. So it's still, this one is still on B, this one's still on F. So I'm going to try it again, press sync. And this, what I'm demonstrating is the problem, that it's very hard to get these to line up and to sync with each other. Okay, there we go. I got it that time. So that time I got it, you can see that now they both are changed to F. Overall, it's a little cumbersome, and you don't have to do this with some of the other competitors out there. And it's also not the easiest thing to do, because lining up that IR window can be tricky sometimes. I had a gig once where I was trying for like 5 minutes to try to get these things to sync up, and then it finally did. But it's just something that I don't want to have to think about when I'm at a gig. Now that was a quick overview of this product, and I hope that it helped any of you that were also interested in it after seeing it on Amazon. Now for me personally, despite the positives and the good connectivity that these have, because of that serious design flaw where it doesn't stay locked into the speaker, I'm really not going to be able to keep these, and I'm going to have to send them back. But Phenyx Pro, if you're watching this, all you have to do is just change the location of these tabs or twist the connection so that it can lock into a speaker and doesn't become loose when the speaker is on. If you're interested in using these for turning a wired mic into a wireless mic, then you're not going to have that problem that I was talking about before. I hope that this review helped anyone else that was interested in hearing more about this product, especially because it's from a brand like Phenyx Pro. If you're interested in checking this product out for yourself, check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.